LA is in the middle of a glorious rebellion, and for that rebellion to survive, it is absolutely necessary for it to escalate, transform, and generalise. The aim at the moment should be to bring disparate groups together, build organisational forms necessary for the tasks at hand, and coordinate in order to overcome the logic of capital in everyday life, which will allow people to stay on the streets, organising and building momentum. Now, the following 10 things are things I think protesters could be doing to transform the protests from a spontaneous rebellion to an organised insurrection that is attempting to generalise communist measures. Now, remember, these 10 things need to be happening at the same time. 1. Call for a general assembly to bring individuals and representatives from all the disparate groups, communities and militants involved in the protests into a political and organisational meeting, elect facilitators and then define your tasks, and then organise working groups that can help organise and support those tasks. 3 of the tasks should be political outreach, social welfare and self-defence. 2. Declare a comprehensive and collective refusal to work and make this refusal the fulcrum that transforms the protest. The protest needs to transform from an attack on ICE to an attack on capitalist social relations. 3. Build for the mass strike by sending out emissaries or representatives to various groups and locations inside and outside of the city to make your political case for solidarity and participation. Try and convince as many people across as many industries, across as many sectors, universities, in as big a region as possible to join in the protest and strikes. 4. Set up media outreach. Make this a military-grade task so you can control the narrative, be on social media, make news videos, running commentary, and promote it as far and wide as possible, constantly, all the time, day and night. Occupy radio stations and printers. Occupy internet cafes if you have to. 5. Occupy community buildings, universities or workplaces throughout the city and turn them into points of focus for political organising, community welfare and respite. 6. Begin expropriating means of consumption from supermarkets and other stores to provide meals or other essential items to protesters, strikers and their families. If people are fed, they can stay on the streets. 7. Declare homes freehold and begin a non-compliance with rent campaign. Resist landlords, resist evictions, occupy homes. 8. Call for communities to form their own councils or committees to be responsible for the day-to-day supporting and organising of social welfare, self-defence and political outreach in those neighbourhoods. 9. Form self-defence militias, seize means of self-defence and distribute them. Train each other how to use them and begin declaring neighbourhoods police and military free. 10. Ensure that formal political and community organisations don't mediate the struggle. Expel them from organising spaces if necessary and resist attempts at de-escalation. 99% of all spontaneous uprisings either wither away or are heavily repressed, but all uprisings have an inherent capability to escalate and transform themselves into revolutionary potential. The key to that is maintaining momentum by transforming street activity into communist measures and fighting tooth and nail for their generalisation.
To all the people protesting in LA and all these other places, always remember that cops can handle a large protest easily. They cannot handle hundreds of small protests at all. Like, you put 20,000 people in one place, cops can handle that very easily. Very easily. You put 1,000 people in 20 different places, the cops cannot handle that at all. Their entire system will collapse and everything will fall apart. They will not be able to handle any of those groups of 1,000 people. Their goal is to get you to protest in one massive group and be in one area so that they can confront you as one massive group and use all their, rubber bullets and tear gas and nice shit like that on you. This is almost impossible for them to do if you are in groups of like 1,000 or a little over 1,000 people and you're in 20 to 30 places around the entire city you're protesting in. Just saying.
I believe that they want us all in downtown so that ICE is free to do as they please in the neighboring cities. I'm an LA resident. I was in downtown yesterday. I got shot in the hand and in the back by rubber bullets, and I believe that they want us all in downtown so that ICE is free to do as they please in the neighboring cities. Right now, I didn't see ICE out there. We didn't see ICE out there. They were getting ready, maybe. They're in some vans. But if everybody's in downtown doing whatever the fuck, I mean, they're dealing with LAPD. Like, don't get me wrong, that's fine, I guess. But the point is to stop ICE, to stop these deportations, right? And technically, now LAPD is technically maybe abiding by the law by ICE not being there. And this is just a protest, and they're dealing with protesters. And ICE is in the neighboring cities, which as of now, right now, Monday, everybody's in downtown. They're in Whittier. They're in like Huntington Park. They're in the surrounding areas, and they're free to do what they want. They are very smart about this. They've been planning this for years. They're very tactical, and they're very intentional about this.
Americans truly don't grasp the art of protest. Listen carefully. Step 1. Define precise goals and slogans, such as "We are legal," or "We are all Americans," or "We are Californians." Step 2. Only use the US or California state flags. No other national or organizational banners. No Mexico flags, especially. Foreign symbols let the federal government frame you as resisting foreign invasion, but American or Californian flags render federal suppression illegal. Your course falls under state jurisdiction, not federal authority. This is critical for legal standing. Without foreign invaders, the military lacks grounds for invitation. If deployed, sue the federal government for unconstitutional actions and demand presidential impeachment. Step 3. Fragment and decentralize. For example, you have 500,000 protesters. Avoid massing on one street. Split into 500 squads of 1,000 each. Coordinate with walkie-talkie or just phones to protest simultaneously across multiple locations. The National Guard's 2,000 to 3,000 troops can never deal with you guys like this. Step 4. Document your peaceful protests and the National Guard's violence. Flood social media with footage, embed international journalists to garner sympathy. Remember, your struggle today will enter in history books. Defying tyranny and pursuing happiness are constitutional rights. You got it. You stand with justice. You have to stand on moral ground, not others. Additional steps including securing funds, asylum, public support, action frameworks, ideological tools, leadership, and tangible resources. But these suffice for now. So the core principle remains here. Rights are preserved through struggle, not compromise. If you want more steps, just follow me.